Mic check, mic check, mic check. 1, 2. What's good, everybody? I hope everybody having a great morning. I hope everybody on that West Coast getting up early, doing what I'm doing, stretching the yarn. Salute to everybody at Central Standard Time, East Coast. What's happening? It's early, ain't it? Ain't used to seeing me this early, but your boy, like I said, I gotta get in where I fit in. We'll talk more about that a little later on. But before we get into that, make sure y'all do what it say down here. Make sure you hit that like button, that subscribe button. It helps the channel grow. You can't go wrong without that. It's free, you feel me? But if you do want to help the channel out and donate, you can take part at the top of the chat. You'll see the little bullseye and the target. You can take part in that, or the super chat down bottom where you're doing all your comment. I mean, you're chatting that, all right? All right, man. It's taking a minute. I've been talking to a lot of people on X. Salute to y'all. I've been talking to a lot of people over there on Instagram. Salute to y'all. All my socials are right here as well. If you want to get in contact with me, I'm always talking boxing or some sort of sports with someone. All right. I want to, the main thing that everybody, Casino, salute to Casino. I see you, man. I see you. What's going on with you, boy? Now, the main thing I've been talking about, we just gonna jump right into it, man. And then I'll be taking some calls. This whole Keyshawn thing, right? And I'm all for not kicking the guy when he down, right? A lot of people jump on it. I'm not gonna dissect it. We know partial facts. We've seen the aftermath video. We did not see inside of the locker room. We've heard all different accounts from Nahir, Albright. From him, it was Keyshawn and his little brother. And then it was Troy. It was Keyshawn, the little brother, and Troy Isley. And see, now we starting to get to this telephone thing. So that's when I kind of step off, right? Because now it tends to become a rumor mill. Now, Nahir Albright's, I believe his promotion, RDR, forgive me if I'm messing that up. I am not trying to think it's RDR or DRD. I think it's RDR Promotions. All right. Two guys that co-promote. Had came out and did an interview. The only problem I had with the whole deal, like, dang, it really extended outside the arena. Now, it was one thing that it should never happen in the arena, but it also extended out to the hotel, right? They had to escort them out with security, police, got to the hotel. I'm not going to say that was Keyshawn's people waiting on them at the hotel or followed them to the hotel. Could have been fans, who knows? But it extended to that point where you got the East Coast, Philly, like, yo, he can't come here and all of that. That's where for boxing, that's bad. Is it the worst thing ever in boxing? Nah. I watched the dude drop kick somebody off of the top of a car, bro. Like, and who was that? If you know what two fighters that was, but one fighter got on top of a car and jumped off, literally, and drop kick. I don't know if it was a people's elbow. If he drop kicked him, I can't remember. But that was off the chain. So, yo, if you remember that fight, put it in the comments or put it in the chat. All right? I'm going to give you all that homework. And that video is out there. That video is on YouTube. That's no cap. So, a headbutt compared to getting drop kicked is yeah. But again, I just didn't want to jump into the telephone game. So we know those kind of facts. They said, salute to Lennox Lewis said, salute to Casino said, Lennox Lewis, bro, that video was hilarious, bro. But it's not, people call it a black eye for the sport. Like I said, it's tons of things that has went on. But the fact of the matter where people should just stick with that, wanted to know the reason why he didn't try to make weight. Bobbitt came out, as his promoter said, it don't look like he tried to make weight. So your own promoter is saying that, right? Which I said it when I saw the weigh-in. I was like, it don't look like he tried to lose anything, So, and I think everybody else was at that conclusion as well. So it didn't matter. We can shift the blame. I see people trying to shift the blame, and I've had conversations where they're like, dude, should took the money. It's not about the money. If I'm gonna get my purse, it's something deeper than that. I think it was an ego thing, and I have been saying this. And it's funny that Casino's on here now. We were just talking about this the day before. I've seen this. There's a thin line between confident and cocky, and you gotta stay in that gray area, bro. You don't want to be underconfident, right? But you don't want to be cocky neither, bro. And I saw this with Tiafimo. The minute he thought he was undisputed, he started telling everybody what he was gonna do, and ain't shit stopping him. I'm fighting this person in the top rank. And they just unfolded with the black fighter comment. I'm going to Triller. They give me $1 million and all of this stuff. It went to his head. It went to his head. And I feel like the same thing happened with Keyshawn, bro. I had been saying it. Salute the Punch, you brung it up. I said, like, I want to say last year, we going to see when he become champ how he going to act. Because he just has that arrogant presence about him. It's not a bad thing if you got good people around you. I'm one of those people. I can fly off the handle sometimes. Hell, if you tuned into the show the other time, hey, man, I can get hot. You know what I'm saying? For no reason. I ain't going to stunt, bro, to the point where sometimes people can push my buttons. Suits the heavy. It made for great content because I'm a person that can laugh at myself. But at the end of the day, you just got to be that. You got to, you understand what I'm saying? Level-headed. So, and being so level-headed comes with being a man who can admit his mistakes and not rely on excuses. And I know people gonna say, "Oh, here you go, Slick. The excuses." No. And mental health is not an excuse. It's only an excuse if you just gonna keep telling me mental health, bro. Everybody I know got PTSD, and we don't know it. I don't claim it, but I don't doubt it neither. But I'm going to say it like this. You know, when I leave my house, it's a struggle, bro. Like, and I'm laughing because I laugh after the fact, bro. But it's a struggle. Like, it be guys that just want to grab them by the neck, like, and that's just me, though. That's my character. But I've learned to restrain myself. You would never know that, like, but I'm thinking it. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I don't do it. Does that make sense? I'm not gonna go wait by their car after work. Maybe old Slick would, but like, you get what I'm saying? Like, I'm talking about adolescent Slick, right? So, if you are suffering from depression, or and there's all sorts. So don't give me that. Oh, yeah, that's nobody business, man. If you suffer depression, you suffer from depression, schizophrenia. It's all sorts of mental health issues out there. Become an advocate for it, and really stand on it. Not just say mental health issues, because that's like this broad scale of. It could be anything, bro. It's like this vague ass comment. Like, I don't like it. What I think Keyshawn should do, I salute to Sergio Mora. I was watching him and Chris Mannix. He said that he should go on an apology tour. And I agree. Now, not no simp and sob apology tour. No, we're not gonna do that. No. He's still the businessman. And sometimes businessmen make bad deals. Right? You still play off your strengths. You still play off your character, just like I did that. I am the businessman. I made a bad deal. I shouldn't have done that. I probably shouldn't have took the fight. You know, whatever it is, but let the people know something. Whether you want to let the world know or not, we're going to know, but at least give that apology to Norfolk, because to be able to generate that type of following at 13 fights, bro, that's huge. And it wasn't going to do nothing but grow from there. That's where I'm at with it. I hate to see that man was fin to ascend to greatness. If he would have stumped that old boy, he would have leveled up, and the skies would have been the limit. This, that, and the third, right? But instead, it's not easy to get there, bro. But it's easy to fall from it, bro. It's easy to make money You know what I'm saying? But it's harder to keep it. It's you know what I mean? Um, they say more money, more problems. He was on his way to that. You know what I'm saying? But now, no money, no problems. It's the same thing. But I'd rather have the more money, more problems. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, man, I want to see that. I want to see him go ahead. Never mind everything else, all the extra stuff. Just get to the brass tacks and address your people, bro. Whether it be a big platform or you just take to your Instagram or something. You know what I'm saying? You can't just hold on to the hate of the matter. At the end of the day, wrong is wrong. Even if they was talking ish, you're the man. You're supposed to maintain your composure at all times, or at least be smart a little bit. Not calling them dumb, but be a little bit more smarter and catch somebody on a rebound, bro. Like catch them going to the bathroom. Don't listen to me, bro. See, that's my mind. That's bad slick talking, but I'm saying nobody would have known. Nobody would have known, bro. But don't listen to me. I am not a role model. Don't listen to me. I'm letting you know now. But at the end of the day, that's where I want to see. Ain't no need of harping on what he did and they cracking jokes. You got your brother got beat by a singing cat and all that. Yeah, it's fun, all entertainment, but do you really want to see Keyshawn fall? In the words of Casino Life Perez, salutes to him. Go check his channel out. He's good for the sport. He is, bro. Keyshawn's good for the sport. I'm not going to ish on him like that. I don't want to see him go, but we do know, he might be in the doghouse like Teofimo was. And he probably gonna have to work his way out. Ain't no probably to it, man. I think I mean this is all speculation, but we know how Bob operate. You in that doghouse, boy. You in that doghouse. I'm pretty sure you already had a conversation with Bob, but at the end of the day, man, I want to say that kid, he was there. He was there. Now I saw somebody. Well, not no. I didn't see nothing. I was having a conversation on Instagram, and dude was like, if he was white like Loma, and Loma did something like this, blase. I said that ain't got nothing to do with nothing. Nothing to do with nothing. I said I gave him an example when he lost to Haney. A lot of people felt like he beat Haney, right? He went to his locker room and cried. A lot of y'all out there called him sissy-fied for that or any of that. I was raised different. I felt like he should have been crying. I feel like when that basketball player loses the championship, he should be crying. You work too hard to get there to lose by 1 point. I hated that. Right? That's the world. And I dare you say something to that cat while he crying, he done beat the snot out of you. You know what I'm saying? So everybody's calling Loma sissy, man. You the sissy. But the difference is that Loma didn't cry, get up, and go find Devin Haney and whoop on him. You think he wasn't thinking about it? Or at least the judges? All sorts of stuff probably was going through that man's head at that time, bro. Because he felt slighted. He felt cheated. But he maintained his composure. Another argument was, well, they propped up him, this, that, and the third. Let's be real. Keyshawn ain't got the pedigree of a Loma. I'm being real. 400. That man retired with over 400 some fights, amateur and pro. A total, I think it was 3 or 4 losses. Keyshawn didn't come from that amateur background. So, and having said that, the conversation was about, why did Keyshawn act like that? I think within the 400 fights, 300 to 400 amateur fights, Loma had his time to act out, except it just wasn't in the spotlight, right? He had those life lessons coming up, right? And that's why I speak about, sometimes fast tracking fighters ain't good because you miss out on certain lessons. It's like what they say, hard men, grew up to make money, but then they end up making soft sons, right? And because you take away things from them, right? They don't have to go through that struggle. They don't scrape their knee outside often. They get to go to the hospital. Hell, that's a luxury in my life. When I fell down and bust my head, hey man, you better go get some tape and tape that up. Tape it up and take a nap. You came in my house, my house as a kid crying. Hey, what you crying for? I'm bleeding. Oh, go take a nap. We ain't go to no hospital because we couldn't afford no bills. We couldn't afford no electric bills. We couldn't afford nothing like that. It had to be major. Your eyeball had to be hanging out. It had to be something like that. You know what I mean? So you know, at the end of the day, that's what I mean. So those little bumps and bruises that people laugh at nowadays, like you saw Abdullah get rocked twice, and people like, oh, he ain't shit, bro, he's going through the bumps and bruises is gonna make him tougher. The thing is, they didn't put the cart before the horse with him. But Keyshawn, we saw him. Didn't Nair give him one of his toughest fights? Didn't we see Keyshawn get rocked too? Didn't we see Keyshawn hold on for dear life? Nobody counts that though because of the hype. He got the mouthpiece. This is what ninjas gravitate towards. The showmanship. This is why in the sport of boxing, you develop fighters the right way. All the talking, all that's coming, you see, and then they made fun of Abdullah because he was trying to talk ish. It's gonna come. It's coming. Because the point I learned, a lot of people who watched that, I tell them to go back and watch it. They said Keyshawn jumped on him. Keyshawn didn't jump on him. That kid started that. He wanted that smoke. He just didn't. He don't know how to Joan yet. He don't know how to get them jokes off. You feel me? But he started that. He said, I got it the right way. I came up the right way through the rankings. And that was a slight to him, to Keyshawn. That's why Keyshawn looked at him. Because Keyshawn was fast track. So he don't respect that. He don't respect the fast track. I'm going through I got to go through the motions to get to you. You know what I'm saying? So respect it. But Keyshawn didn't want to respect it. So therefore, they went and had their little back and forth. Keyshawn won the little back and forth, but the kid got balls. You got to go through your bumps and bruises, bro. And I think that's one of them. You know, you bet on Keyshawn, and there was nothing wrong with it. The kid got the skills. I ain't going to lie, bro. Keyshawn has the potential to be a very, very special fighter, but it could very much so be the attitude. We were saying the same thing about T.O. I picked T.O. to beat Loma, bro, and made a lot of money off of that shit on this mug. Straight up on my other channel, watching it live. Nobody believed me. But T.O. won and went off the rails. So I'm saying this for people to watch patterns in boxers. Don't make fun of the boxers who are being developed. They're on TV for a reason, bro. You think they got Abdullah on TV every event, co-main eventing, bro. Like people don't look at that's a feat in itself. This man co-main eventing, bro. He ain't playing. Now he main eventing. They see it in him. They see the longevity. I see a flash. Sometimes people can look at you as a flash in the pan, and then I got that longevity. I think Top Rank saw they had both. But I beg to differ. I think Keyshawn got longevity. I think he just got to get his ego in check. I don't think it's a mental thing like that. I think it's an ego thing. These kids today say everything ADHD, and they think everything is depression, when the real problem is if you go back, and I'm a stickler for words, and words tell you the truth, bro. When you sit there and you equate feelings to fact, it's a problem, right? Your ego is just emotions, bro, but they don't get to flourish. You always got to keep them in check. So when you hear somebody kind of say, because when I feel like, and it's emphatic with, like, they just, they believe in that shit. They believe in it in their head. And you have to tell them it's not a fact. And I do this often with people. It's not a fact, bro. Your mind, that's when your mind playing tricks on you, because if you feel that and you believe in that, you gonna fall. A murderer believes that they should be able to kill people. They really believe it. But is it right? No. Right? Everybody had that moment, a lapse of judgment, where you want to smack the mess out your boss. You just feel like you in the right. Like, man, this dude get on my nerves. F that X, Y, and Z, right? But if you did it, would you be right? Now, that's how you feeling at the time. So I think it's a matter of this day and age, too, got something to do with it. And the people they riding with it, make these kids feel like they're right. When us OGs need to step up and tell them, dog, you did wrong. I know that's how you felt, but you wrong. It is what it is. Not no, well, sometimes we wake up on the wrong bed. No, nigga, you wrong. And we need to let our people know that. And we need to let people know that. Especially our young men. But nonetheless, that's what I think. I don't think it's a bunch of mental. I know people with mental issue. What is that? Somebody give me a definition of that. Can you take a pill? Is there a one pill for mental issues? A one pill solution for mental illness? I don't think there is. So what is it then? Don't fall for those people. I just think the man ego got in his way, and I hope he check it. That's all I want him to do. Because I think he's a very, very special talent, and I don't want to see Keyshawn go. I think he should just make a public apology. We ain't talking about get behind no podium or nothing. In this day and age, you got Instagram, whatever. Choose your source, whatever you want to do, an interview. I don't care. But at least get those people, Norfolk, right there at your back, bro. Not only that, they start heckling your brothers for refunds and things like that. So that shows you how important you was. You were the missing piece of that puzzle. They were there for you, not the card, not Abdullah, not nobody else. They were there for you. So I think that needs to be stressed, and he needs to understand the importance, and in that importance, he will be able to view the love. That's the love, bro. Some people don't dwell on the hate. Oh, they don't love me. They wanted a refund. Well, you didn't show up. But the love was there, bro. All you had to do was hold up your end of the bargain. Right? Shout out to Heavy, man. He had a good video out there talking about Keyshawn should embrace the villain role. I agree in that too. See, sometimes you gotta be smart, strategic, and not alter yourself too much. And I also always say that you should have to change yourself in who you are. He already has this demeanor. You can see it creeping out sometime, right? There's always some static, Keyshawn, right? And they creep out. And then he played off with a smile. And a person like me look at him and say, I know you. Watch you, bro. You a live wire, right? And I'm gonna be honest with you. I think he should, but in the manner he do it, not F the fans like fuck y'all. Nah, bro. Nah, just be you. Don't change that. Don't change that. Still step on, talk your ish like you was starting to do, but be smarter about it, right? And that will add more excitement. Now, here's the thing, though. Whether he chooses to be the villain or not, the next fight, whoever it is, he got to come out and step on something. He got to come out and step on something. Whoever, he got to make these statements. I don't give a damn about if he go back to 135, he chooses to go back and fight old boy, right? I don't care who it is. He can go 140. He got to make a statement because now that's what people are going to want to see. That's what nobody's going to care. If you could have had a mediocre performance in your next fight, which now is not your next fight, It's the fight after. Well, I mean, the fight after this fight, but now it's your next fight. My bad. I said that all backwards. You know, well, this would have been the fight after that fight, but now this is your next fight. They not gonna want to see nothing mediocre. They not. You gonna have to win the fans back ASAP, and you gonna have to step on something. Now I'm talking about the. You got Andy. Well, he finna fight anyways. He finna fight dang, the Japanese kid, right? Anyway, I can't remember his name. But now Andy, you get old boy you were just finna fight, come up to 140, or you make it down to 135 and you get him. Or you find a viable opponent that everybody knows and step on him, bro. That's the pressure that I feel like he's created. Now, that was the only thing in the conversation that I was having that I could not get around because it's the fans at that point, right? I couldn't get around that. I couldn't say, well, he shouldn't have. No, I kind of agree. The fans like, dude, we want to see that type of fight, and people thought that fight when he lost that on the scales, that fight was it. They thought like that was gonna be the it fight for him. He needs to have that it fight, whether it's at 140 or 135. He has to come back for it, and he got to get it together. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. So if he can get De Los Santos, or get De Los Santos come to 140, or you bet, or find something as close to the people that gonna accept it. You know what I'm saying? But don't, what they say, study long, study wrong. Don't be gone too long, bro. Don't do that. Don't be gone too long. All right. Salute to everybody that came through this thing, man. I appreciate y'all, man. Messing with your boy. Make sure you hit that like button. It's free. Trust me. I wouldn't lie to you. It's free. And that's the best way to help support this channel. All right? So let's go ahead and hit that like button. Let's get it going. That helps YouTube say, hey, let's let everybody else know about the judges table in Slick 50. You know what I'm talking about? Now on this subject right here, man, this is where I'm gonna need y'all. Now we already knew this fight was gonna take place. I was with Canelo versus Crawford, right? But I was shocked to hear that Dana was back included. We knew it was gonna happen in Vegas. We just didn't know where. My guess, T-Mobile or MGM Grand. Or the Raiders Stadium. One of those. Well, that kind of goes without saying, right? But anyway, I know somebody can be like, duh, but at the end of the day, it's on Netflix. Now, I'm down here what people gonna complain. Who gonna complain about this now? We talking about, I don't care about the wait. Like, that should be enough. Just it being on Netflix and you are not finna have to pay for this. And it's not a rumor. It's gonna be on Netflix. Bro, I don't have no complaints. I don't want to hear nothing about Terrence too small. I don't want to hear none of that. Just enjoy the fight. It's free. Right? Dana involved. Cool. Don't care. If it's on Netflix, you damn near, it's impossible to mess this up, bro. That means camera quality finna be on point. I ain't seen nobody with better camera quality than Netflix. First, it was The Zone. The Zone had the best camera quality, bro. Right? But Netflix, shit. I just hope they got the bandwidth problem, all that stuff together. We ain't got to worry about it going in and out, which they seem to have got together. They didn't have other streams, so other streams since then, right? I think they learned they got to invest in that. But my question is to y'all, how y'all feel about this Ghost Card? Now, what I mean by Ghost Card is there's no undercard, right? Turkey Al Sheikh said, if you want to be on the card, let us know. They primarily want new and upcoming talent, right? They want the new up and coming talent, and that's fine, right? I can't. I see Michaela Meriden put her bid in for Undisputed. She like put us on that card. Everybody putting their bid in. But what I think this is, like I told everybody, this is the first TKO card, bro. I told everybody this before the fight was announced. This gonna be the first TKO card, right? And it's the perfect time to poach fighters. The reason I feel like it's a ghost, this is my reasoning. I believe that it's a ghost card because they want to see the upcoming talent. Send us your video, send us who you are, X, Y, and Z. You may come without any attachments, and we can sign you if we like you. In return, you'll get a little bit of pay, but this is the biggest platform you're going to be on. Right? I'm being real. Netflix, Fight of the Century, no other promoter can give you that right now. 9 times out of 10, all eyes is on you. Now, me personally, I can imagine he going to have a bunch of new booties on there running around. You know what I'm saying? We don't know who they are. You know, I'm pretty sure we're going to get something. They trying to build an undercard. That's what I'm thinking. You know, prelims to part of the undercard, and then we probably going to have at least 2 to 3 fights we know. You know what I'm saying? We got to. And I want to know y'all thoughts on that. Is that a new plan? Like, I know it seemed like a failure kind of. First, we don't know the venue, then we don't know the undercard, but they're willingly telling us. Like Uncle Al, he'll announce a fight, and we be like, who on the undercard? Who on the undercard? But he don't never come out and tell us, oh, we ain't got no undercard right now. You know what I'm saying? This cat is changing the game. He telling us, yo, we got a ghost card, homie. Hey, you want to be part of it? Holla at me. You might get on there. You never know. Is this type of transparency what the game needs? I think that's pretty cool that he did that. You know, actually, if he mean what he's saying and saying what he means, allow upcomers get on this card. I think that's dope, right? Other than that, all that personal shit, like the business side of it, I don't think that none of that needs to be transparent. I don't think we need to know nothing about no money. We don't need to know nothing about no contracts, right? We don't need to know how much money they're going to get. It's going to show anyways. That's how we going to know what type of person they is. They going to wear it on the outside or not. You know what I'm saying? We'll know, you know what I mean? But I think that's pretty dope. That's just me, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I want to know what y'all think. I'm going to go and put this in there. Let me who in the comments. Zappuccino, man, what's happening, baby? Oh, why you ain't working? Oh, there we go. What it do, Zai? He said 100. People don't care about the development stage. They just want to see the finished product. Facts. That's what they do, bro. Like, I don't know, bro. And so most times you see half of that. But when you get fast track, you can't. You seen it all. You know what I'm saying? That's what's bad. You seeing it all in one whop. You feel me? Whereas you see a cat come out of the woodworks, he 22. You be like, who is this dude? 22, this and the third. And he 22-0, he just finally getting his shot and he show up and show out. You didn't see all the hard work he put in for. We just automatically assumed that everyone he fought was tomato cans and he just whooped on them. You know what I mean? We didn't get to see the bumps and bruises. In Abdullah case, we got to see most of the bumps and bruises that he going through, he learning, and you know, it's refreshing to me to see that. So I agree. I like to be able to see my fighters develop. You know, it tells you a whole lot. Right? Casino Life said, I just went back up, bro. He said, oh God, catch him down bad. Don't listen to me, bro. I am not a role model, bro. But I would have caught him in the bathroom. I would have caught him when nobody saw me. Hey, man, don't listen to me, though. Don't listen to me, though. You know what I'm saying? Casino said Netflix the new wave. It's always been the wave for me. I've been with Netflix before y'all even knew. I was with Netflix. Netflix used to send DVDs on, bro. That's all I don't even pay what y'all pay. I'm grandfathered in, bro. That's how long I've been with Netflix. Is it free? Shout out to 16 Sammy. We got a new subscriber. That's what I'm talking about. Keep smashing that subscribe button, y'all. 16 Sammy said, is it free or pay-per-view on there? No, this is supposed to be free to the world. I don't think they have they don't have a way to charge you on Netflix, bro. Like, but don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted though. The Zone figured that shit out real quick, right? The Zone came up with that model at first too. No pay-per-views, it's killing the game. And then they was like, hey y'all, we gotta charge y'all $10. And then it went up to 15. Then it went to 30. Then it went to 80. You know? So we'll see how long this can last. But at the end of the day, so far we know it's free. Like the Jake Paul card, the all-girl card coming up. Hey, man, has anybody heard that rumor going around? Because I haven't had a chance to really look and dive. Amanda Serrano pulled out the Katie Taylor fight. Somebody let me know if that's real or not. Again, I saw somewhere Amanda, or I heard somebody, either I saw it or somebody said it. Amanda Serrano pulled out the Katie Taylor fight over her pay cut. Somebody let me know if that's true or not, because I really want to look into that. All right. But that all-girl card is slamming, but no Amanda Serrano. It's like, come on, bro. Y'all done lost out. That's going to be dope, right? So that's free. I don't see why this ain't going to be free, fam, right? Now, it may be a bit corny. We're going to have Dana in there talking crazy, and it's hard for me to take Dana serious because he don't like boxing, bro. He talks so bad. It's a weird fit, right? I wish Turkey got a representative that we all could relate to, right? But would have been dope. You know what I mean? Why don't we go get Max Kellerman? Hey, bring Max Kellerman back. I like Max Kellerman, man. He need to bring him back too as an announcer or something. But anyway, and I know a lot of y'all gonna hate me for saying that, but Max used to be on this shit. Al Money 231, what's good, bro? Zappuccino said, I rock with Turkey, extending the invitation for the undercard. Yeah, man, I'm not mad at that at all, bro. I'm not mad at that at all. You know, and like I said, man, the man is pretty good at keeping stuff up his sleeve, so to speak. You feel me? He keeps stuff up his sleeve, bro. Like, he's saying that, but I bet you he got 3 bangers. Because if y'all remember, he was talking about he wanted nothing but like championships level fights, right? On his undercards. So why all of a sudden now you just want all new booties? But it's okay though, right? It's okay if that's the case. With me it is, you feel me? With me it is. I ain't mad at it because I'm getting the main fight I want, you feel me? Casino, what's happening, baby?
Man, what's going on, man?
Nothing. What you got?
Man, this your new
What?
time?
I'm trying to work it out through the week, man. I be having problems coming on. I be want to go Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Friday always gonna stay the same. I've been doing Friday since I've been on here. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to work in 2 more days. That's what I'm trying to work in. And I was doing Monday at night and Wednesday night, but things be popping up, so I'm trying to fit it in either in the morning or night. So I'm working it out. All I can do is say, make sure you got that damn bell hit. Hit that bell.
Shit, that's a better time. This is a better time.
Oh, okay.
Because I ain't gonna lie, them nighttime shows, but I be having shit to do the next day, but I be, you know.
Yeah, and I'll be hearing that too. I be want to go
But
a little earlier, but it's when you, man, I'm not gonna get all that, but you already know my situation. But like,
yeah, I'm
you got
already.
them kids, but sometimes you gotta do things when you put them down. You feel me? But
All right.
but yeah, man, what you think on the Keyshawn situation, man? Or anything I talked
Man,
about?
shit, Keyshawn, man, that's what we need, man. Shit, niggas be talking about shit boring, niggas is soft, and then a real one come in that bitch, man. Yeah, he was probably wrong. Yeah, but are we really that shocked that a fighter got in a fight?
Right, right. That's
You know
what
what
I'm
I'm saying?
saying.
See, y'all niggas then got used, not you, but niggas then got used to boxers. Then when a real fighter come in, everybody like, oh my God, why would he act that way? He's so unprofessional.
I
Oh
think
my God.
I think I think because after it happened, ESPN put that stamp on. They talked about that for like a whole hour or something after it happened, bro. So like the world that was looking for that fight caught all of that and was like, "What the hell I missed? What is going?" You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know,
And
but it's just still crazy. It's like I was like, I mean, I didn't even see it because I wasn't gonna watch that shit without De Los Santos on it, so I didn't even see the shit. But of course, I heard about the shit. I seen it. But I'm thinking like if I would have been watching this shit live, I would have been happy, nigga. Like, okay, nigga, we still got to see Keyshawn Davis fight, nigga.
we didn't get to see Keyshawn fight though. We didn't get to see Keyshawn fight at all. The thing was,
No,
it was they reported it. They reported that he went in the locker room, but we got to see the aftermath. It was Nair Albright brother went out there asking like, "What was y'all? What y'all on?" You know what I'm saying, or whatever. And I guess somebody talked smack, and he swung at one of them. Then they went nuts. You know what I'm saying, or whatever.
mm, okay.
And I'll be real with you. This is me. Like I said, me in my whole life watched boxing. I've seen stuff worse than this, right? We just seen people from Ali, Sonny Liston having a 38 blasting it in the casino. That's on YouTube, dude. A 38 to skirt Ali. Leave me the fuck alone. Pow pow pow. And then he shot his jacket to show him that he had blanks in there. But
Mm-hmm.
and show Ali ski skirt. Everybody broke. You know what I'm saying? But
Uh-huh.
he was tired of Ali mouth, and everywhere he go, Ali pop up type shit. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
So I done seen things that could be constituted way worse than this. You know, my only thing about the whole situation was the logic of it. You got your kid, your newborn kid there. Not newborn, but a baby. Right there in the
Mm-hmm.
stroller. You and the mama left the stroller right there. You literally left your baby to the side, and this little white lady pulled the baby out the way.
Yeah, he was tweaking.
Yeah, the baby mama was tweaking too because your baby mama should say, "Well, I'm out. I got my kid. Fuck, f this." You know what I'm saying? But they didn't do it. That was the only problem I had with it. You know what I'm saying? Whatever, because like I say, stuff like that's going to happen, and it was just fortunate it got caught on camera and things like that. I said earlier what I would have did, but at the end of the day,
Yeah,
it
he was
is what
tweaking.
it is.
He was tweaking with that. But at the end of the day, if I would have seen that shit live, nigga, I would have been excited, and I would have been like, I mean, yeah, it's a baby right there, but shit, it ain't my baby. Goddamn, you ain't gonna catch me doing that shit.
Right,
So,
right,
so
right,
it's like shit, nigga, this shit lit.
right.
So now I want to see Keyshawn versus Albright too. You know
Right.
what I'm
All
saying?
that there you go. That's why I said whoever he come back fight, it gotta be somebody that people want to see. It can't just be no touch of somebody we don't know or a light touch of 140. Now the people gonna want to see you step on something, bro.
I want to
It
see.
has to be that.
Oh, go ahead.
No, no, you go ahead.
I was gonna say I would like to see him fight either Pitbull at 140 or I would like to see him fight. I would like to see Rolly come back down and he fight Rolly, or yeah,
Yeah,
but if Rolly would come back down,
I doubt it.
but Pitbull is a good one, and I would like to see him fight Gary Anton Russell, and
Now that'll be a fight.
I think Gary Anton, I think Gary Anton Russell might whoop his ass.
That's a fight, bro, because he gonna step. He
Yeah,
gonna step. He ain't going back. He gonna step, bro. Now, Pitbull, I believe, went back down to 135. But Pitbull will go back up for that paycheck. He going wherever the payday is. He'll
hmm
go. But yeah, that Gary Antoine Russell, that's some real smoke. That's some real smoke. Shout
they
out to
need to give him.
Nerd, man.
My bad.
He said a real one doesn't act like a hoodlum. I'm gonna be real with you. Everybody got a bit of that. These terms we come up with, I know people talking about acting ghetto and half the people say acting ghetto ain't never even lived in the ghetto, bro. And
Right.
everybody got a bit of hoodlum in them, bro. It's just about you got like I said in this day and age. I think we equate feelings to fact, and that's not the matter. And I think that's where a lot of young cats need. That's your breaking point in coming to a man where you have to make those decisions. It's called balancing your scales. You know what I'm saying?
I want.
Like,
I want
is
to
it
say this
worth
one
it?
more thing. I want to say this one thing about Keyshawn before we get off. You know what I'm saying? Get off Keyshawn. But I want him to. Well, I don't. If he was listening, or just to the people who might be his fans that's listening, I want y'all to understand what he just did. Like, he just stamped himself as a badass. So people is not gonna accept nothing from him other than badass fights.
Yeah.
You gonna have to be a badass. You showing that you don't give a fuck. Don't outside the ring. You don't start acting like you give a fuck when it comes in that ring. Don't start talking about A side. Don't start talking about like no. Keep the same energy. You ready to swing? Be ready to swing, nigga. Like they need to throw all the badass fights at you, like Gary Anton Russell, Pitbull, all the motherfuckers that bring pain. Because you stamped yourself as a badass. We don't want to see you in no boxing matches.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
No, that's
That's just what
100%.
it is.
That's
Yeah, you can't
100%.
ever box again. You didn't now that you didn't crashed out, you can't ever box.
Yeah. Like I said, Heavy made an interesting video where like you embrace the villains. What's that? Go on and embrace it. You just gotta be
Yep.
smart about how you do it. You know what I'm saying? That's all. You gotta go on and embrace the villain role. I've been seeing a glimpse of it, or whatever. Like I said earlier, I don't know if you was on or not yet, but we had a talk beforehand where I said I seen this already. You know what I'm saying? With Tio. You know what I'm saying? This Tio didn't know how to go about being that villain. Tio could have been a villain. Tio and could have capitalized off being a villain. It's just that he let the glitz and glamour get in his way and start saying dumb shit out of his mouth. You get what I'm saying? You can't
I
do
don't even
that.
think it was the glitz and the glamour. I think it was him hating on um other niggas getting more money than him. I think
Well,
that's
that's
what
what I
I
mean. That's what I mean
oh,
by
okay.
glitz and glamour. Like he felt like, well, I beat Loma, I should be getting them type of paydays, and I should get all the shine, and you get what I'm saying? When you still need to prove you still need to keep going. You know what I'm saying? The game don't stop because you say stop. It keeps going. You know what I'm saying? Step on them niggas. That was your entryway. That was your doorway to start stepping on motherfuckers and get your respect. This was Keyshawn's doorway to start stepping on motherfuckers, get their respect. And what I mean is, if he would have stepped on De Los Santos, I'm talking about stepped on him, it would have been without a doubt. Anybody that would got in the ring with Keyshawn would have had a bit of doubt in themselves, like, man, I gotta be on point with this nigga.
Mm-hmm.
That's your respect right there. Like this not they in their mind, this not gonna be easy, bro, because they would have saw what you did to De Los Santos, a guy they felt like that could punch and should have and had a real chance of getting you out of there. You know?
Yeah.
And instead, T.O. went talking about what he say first, black fighters and that's all top rank one and all of these things. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah,
so
you gotta pick one thing. Like you can't be a total fuck up. That's what these dudes be fucking up. They be
yeah,
total fuck ups. Like
yeah,
it would have been one thing Keyshawn did the fight, like got in the fight in the locker room, but you blew weight in your hometown. It's like you just a total fuck up. Like To is he he be having fights where he fights to his competition, and then so it's like it's hard to trust him anyway because you don't know how he gonna perform. Then the motherfucker come with all the racist remarks. Then every fight that you hear that he gonna get, it don't never happen. You know what I'm saying?
right,
It's like you just all fucked up. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
You gotta at least have something good about you. You know, like have something
yeah.
going for you. You know what
And
I'm saying?
and that crazy part he did. He had everything going for him that was before that fight, before the Loma fight. Everybody liked him. And then after that, he shifted. You know what I mean? And then, like I said, and I had said it last year, that I said, we going to see how Keyshawn act when he get a belt. Because I see a level of arrogance that's just there waiting to peek out. When he talk about people or things like that, you can go in his past interviews and it's very recognizable now because everybody's starting to recognize and I'm like, y'all late to the party. He'll start talking about somebody. They'll be like, what do you think about whoa, whoa, whoa? Oh yeah, he's a great fighter. This, that, and the third. But if I get in there, y'all know. Never mind. I ain't gonna say that. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
He'll cut
I
himself
understand him do
off.
that shit.
He'll
Yes.
cut himself off, and I'll be like, "See, it's there. It's gonna come out." And I said on here, when he get a belt, I'm gonna see how he acts. You see what I'm saying? And this is what we saw. But my thing is, even though he blew weight, I think his greatest where he messed up was he didn't apologize to his people. It wasn't the world. It ain't like it was a pay-per-view or nothing like that. He doesn't owe us shit. But them people that showed up that first time he filled that up, 10,000 people, and this place was sold out this time. Like, you had your town, bro. If you could eat anywhere, you was gonna be able to eat at home, bro.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the biggest, that was the biggest mess up. That for
Yeah,
me,
yeah.
you know,
The
and you
fact
would
that it
come
was at home.
yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And you
yeah.
you didn't smile and you didn't come out and, you know, if that was me, I felt like he should have grabbed that mic and been like, hey y'all. And then he had to be on TV, you know, he there before everybody anyways, you feel me? Hey y'all, my bad, bro. This fell off, man. Hey, I thought I could make weight X, Y, and Z, but I got you on the next. You know what I'm saying? Something. But you didn't
But
do
it's hard to
nothing.
apologize. It's hard to apologize when you did it on purpose. Like, you see what I'm saying? It's kind of like, see, that's the part. Like, people, I hear different. Um, but no, actually, most people out here talk about it. Like most podcasts, everybody out here report on it. Pretty much believe the same thing. Everybody believe he did that shit on purpose. You know what I'm
Well, it was
saying?
4 pounds, bro.
Yeah,
It was so
yeah.
if you can't okay, this is why I had a conversation with somebody on Instagram about this. They was trying to tell me that 4 pounds or nothing. I said, but y'all had the same smoke for Ryan. That shit was
Right.
on purpose, remember? He did that on purpose. He did that on this shit was on purpose, bro. And I stand on it. If I was De Los Santos, if I still want to fight, I'm like, nope, go back there and try to sweat that shit off. You feel me? Go try to sweat. Now we don't know if he didn't say that, but we do. I do know that Devin and them didn't try to make Ryan sweat it off. They chose to get paid for it. I would have hurt his ass. At least get a pound and a half of that shit off. You feel me? You finna suffer some, nigga. I'm not finna have that. You know what I'm saying? You know, but at the end of the day, like I said, man, I felt like that's just that he gave himself that bad look. He was already looking bad before the fight. The fight wasn't the icing on the cake. The icing on the cake for me was him coming in overweight and didn't have a real reason for it. You get what I'm saying? They bring up Shakur. Shakur lost his shit on the scales, but Shakur said, "Man, all right, hey, I'm not finna mess with my health, bro." And the way I was feeling, that wasn't gonna work. You know what I'm saying? He gave a reason, even though it was like, what, nigga? You know what I'm saying? But he gave a reason, bro. This dude didn't give any reason, you know what I'm saying? Like,
That speak to that
none
same thing you were
whatsoever.
saying. That speak to the point you were saying about being cocky. Like he was so cocky that his plan was gonna work that he didn't even think about it not working. So when it didn't work, he wasn't prepared with no explanation. He wasn't. He all he thought was he was gonna fight. He didn't even,
Right.
and he knew he was doing some bullshit, but he just thought he just was gonna get away with that shit. Like it wasn't gonna be nothing. It was gonna go under the rug. It was gonna be a beautiful knockout, and he was gonna like catapult into stardom. That's what he thought.
Yep. And that goes right into what I was talking about, feeling in fact. He felt like he was gonna take that fight. You get what I'm saying? He felt like, but that's not fact, dog. Like that ain't gonna work. You know what I'm saying? That's why you got the time before the fight. You knew you weren't gonna make weight. You should have shot that over. Hey man, let's do this at a catch weight, bro, or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Man, I hope De Los Santos get to go on a tear, bro.
Hey, he just might, and it's giving him more time because this one he should have caught him. They said that man he was up to like 160 pounds, 170 pounds. So that for him to cut all that weight and be off 2 years,
You can tell by his stomach. You can you can tell by his stomach that he didn't lose the weight right. Like he wasn't in shape. He just weighed what he was supposed to weigh, but he wasn't in shape.
yeah,
Yeah,
his camp was losing weight. You
yeah,
know what
he
I'm
didn't look right.
saying? His
He didn't
camp
look right.
was losing weight, bro. So this was the time to step on him, bro. You know what I'm saying? This was the time. So like now that window's gone, now this dude was definitely finna get another fight because now you added to the stigma. Now the stigma is you want to come in 4 pounds heavier so you could be comfortable, so you could absorb that shot that you thought might have came and been able to step on it. You get what I'm saying? So now
Oh,
you
while I'm
now you you'd
okay.
add more mystique. You'd added more mystique to De Los Santos' name. So De Los Santos definitely finna get a fight soon.
Mm-hmm. And what I was gonna say before I forget, you seen Turkey Al he stamped that no running rule.
Yeah, that's why I was man, bull crap you not. I ran out of time this morning. I was looking for that tweet, bro. I saw it yesterday and I thought I saved it. And I didn't. I'm glad you said that
Go
because I'm finna. He
go to
said something.
you can get it off of Showbiz page on Instagram or on YouTube. He posted it.
Because my man said, hold on. He said something. He said no Riyadh running on Riyadh cars or some shit. And I was like, what the fuck?
Man,
I'm not
these niggas
mad
either
at it.
finna get knocked out.
He called it Tom and Jerry or some shit I was reading.
Listen. Yeah. Listen.
He said,
But this was finna happen to these American fighters that be doing that shit. You can hear me?
yeah, I hear you. I hear you.
Yeah, this was finna happen to the American fighters that be doing that shit. They either finna lose their job or they finna get knocked out.
Yeah.
They got two choices. Fight
but
or lose your job.
But what he need to do is, all he got to do is put in there that there's no negotiating on the ring. The ring gonna always be a small ring. That's all he got to do.
No, that ain't all you got to do. Them niggas are running a small ring. Listen, that no running rule is gonna get the trash out. It's gonna take the trash out. I'm telling you.
But you want to
really,
know something though? You want to know something though?
What?
That is a rule though. See, here's the thing, man. If you look it up, there's always been a rule. It used to be that referees that tell you like, hey, I'll take a point for you just running around. You're not engaging. Right? You can look it up. It's a rule. It's a rule. They just don't do it because what happened is that they saying that the refs are interfering. You get what I'm saying? It's too much interference with the refs. But it's not that it's not a rule. You know what I'm saying? So when Showbiz had started that petition, I was like, it's a rule, bro. Like legit, it's a rule. It's just that they don't enforce it, bro. Or they tell the rule, or they telling the refs not to do it. You know what I'm saying?
Well, it's finna get enforced. It's finna get enforced, and you can, well, not you, but y'all niggas, it's finna see y'all favorite fighters that y'all been goddamn hyping up all these years, and I've been saying the same shit. Now, Turkey saying the same shit I've been saying. Showbiz saying the same shit I've been saying. All these niggas saying the same shit I've been saying now. Like, and it's about the same niggas I've been saying it about. And them niggas finna get knocked off, or they finna get fired from their day job. It's either way.
Well, they gonna
because the shit is trash. It is trash, bro.
Yeah, they gonna have to shit. They gonna have to shit or get off the pot.
Yeah, and they can't fight because if they, let me tell you this. My bad. I just want to say this.
Go ahead.
They can't fight because if they could fight, they would have never ran. They can't fight, and niggas be like, niggas talking about some. Oh, all they gotta do is change how they train. And nah, bro, that shit start from your heart. I don't got the heart that'll have me goddamn running. I don't have that heart. I don't even know how to do that shit. The fact that you know how to do that shit means you're finna get knocked out or you're finna lose your day job. It's only two options because you would have never ran if you had another option. And the other option don't come from training because ain't nobody trained you to run.
Go ahead.
My bad. Go ahead.
No, here's the thing. I agree with that, right? But I don't want to say certain ones. I'm not gonna say no names, but I'm not gonna say certain ones do know how to fight, and I'm not gonna say certain ones don't. What I will say is the ones that I believe they can step, they just found the easier way out to win, and they're exploiting it. You get what I'm saying? And that's why it's becoming such an issue because we start to see it be more prevalent. You get what I mean? It's like if I got a guy coming forward, and all he gonna do come forward. Shit, I'll do X, Y, and Z. Manny Pacquiao did it. Like, it's not new. Manny Pacquiao went on this brief stint where he wasn't knocking nobody the fuck out. He was just doing good enough to win. And people was like, what the fuck is this shit? You know what I'm saying? What's up with you, Pacquiao? And he was like, I found Jesus. You know, if I ain't got to knock you out, what the hell I got to do it for? If I can just skate through this motherfucking win, that's what I'm going to do. And the fans started to abandon him. And then he kicked that shit back up when he started talking that Mayweather talk. He started back knocking people out. You get what I'm saying? So now everybody's not fucking Pacquiao where they could turn it off and turn it on like that. You feel me? I'm not saying everybody is as gifted as that, but I will say there's a couple of them that are doing that shit, but there are a couple that can step if they want to. Now, will they win? I don't know. But
that's the problem. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
they're not gonna win. Because if they was gonna win, they would just do it. I'm telling you. Like, it's a psychology to fight. It's a fight, bro. It's not. It's deep, but it ain't that deep. You either gonna step or you gonna run, and you know, as a grown ass man, that everybody watching. So it ain't no grown man on this earth that's gonna decide to run. I don't give a fuck if it is the easiest way out. The only reason that you're gonna decide to run is because that's what you gotta do. It ain't because you're trying to get the easy way out. Because who want to take the easy way out in front of everybody and have to explain and apologize? Don't nobody
Yeah.
want to be embarrassed. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? They doing that shit because that's what they felt like they had to do.
Yeah.
That's you know what I'm saying? It ain't got nothing to do with no easy route in my opinion. Like because you know what I mean? Like it just like nobody wants to go out like that, bro.
No,
Nobody wants to go.
no,
Nobody
no,
wants to go out like that.
I agree. Like I said, this conversation is for me. I can't do never agree with you because that's your view of it, and
Yeah.
and also because of me growing up watching boxers. Like I hate when people bring up Ali, right? I hate when people bring up a sweepy. I hate when people bring up people like that that knew how to use their feet. And they'll be like, well, what do you call that? That's running. No, the fuck it's not because they were engaging and moving. You get what I'm saying? And the ones where I could say they was running, God damn it, they had to because they was in there with monsters. You see what I'm saying? So like let's say like this. If De Los Santos had like 4 major ecstatic ass knockouts, like God damn, this motherfucker hit hard. You feel me? And Keyshawn fought him. If Keyshawn was using his feet more than he usually do with him, I wouldn't have been mad because I know what the fuck De Los Santos bring. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
you got it, nigga. Ain't no way I'm finna stand there with this nigga and y'all seen what this nigga did with a nigga just as big as me. You get what I'm saying? It's totally understandable. It's the exploitation of boxers, not the fighters, but the boxers that I know that can step. They may can't knock you out, or they may can knock you out. It's just they're not trying. For instance, Floyd was on his feet. Pre-Boy Floyd and Money Mayweather Floyd was always on his toes, right? But he will engage with you. If you hit him too many times, then he gonna slow up and start beating your ass. You see what I'm saying? But there were times when he was in there with a Carlos Baldomir. You understand what I'm saying?
But you know,
there was times when he was when he fought Canelo, was he like 36 years old? He moved around a whole lot, but he was baiting them in. So like I said, there was those, but now we run into the era where, like I said, why do I need to swing so many times when I can just win the fight off of? You understand what I'm saying? That's what I think it is. I think, hold on real quick, let me read this. Zappuccino said, he said, I agree, but I don't want guys going there and fight reckless. He said 100% slick guys found a shortcut to finesse the system. That's right. That's what it is.
I want to say this because you just brought up Floyd, right? And that's who people always like to compare them to. But you know, the thing about the sweet science, sometimes if you look at the science and anatomy go hand in hand. And anatomy, if I'm not mistaken, is a part of science. Yeah. If you look at the anatomy of a man, bro, and look at the people that run, and then you compare to Floyd, like look at Floyd's anatomy. Like Floyd had a proportionate body, like his head and his neck was about the same width. You know what I'm saying?
They worked on that.
That's what I'm saying. Like all that, like he had a chin. That's why he was able to go in there and actually do the actual sweet science and stand there and fight. And sometimes he uses feet, but he's still in the fight. You know what I'm saying? The guys that be running, bro, look at their anatomy as a man. Them niggas be having small necks, small heads, or a big head, small neck. Is nobody ever in the history of ever combat anything that ever them niggas, that anatomy never had a chin.
Yeah,
it's impossible.
Yeah,
so that's why they running, bro.
And I agree with that too, because
that's why they run.
Because it's not a lot of head moving no more neither.
Yeah, but they don't even
have no bobbing, weaving, no dipping under. I was talking about that the last fight. I'm talking about this go with the neck. This go with the neck thing because like if you're not gonna build your neck up, right? Put that work in the gym, right?
Yeah.
It ain't just about punching a bag and shit like that, learning the pads and shit. You got, like you say, you got to build your neck up and all of that shit, right? Your traps and all that, right? Your lats, all that got to get equal attention. But if you're not into that, you damn sure better have like head movement like Sweepy ass did. You get what I'm saying? Like, nigga, you not that you can't touch this ass head movement. You know what I mean? But you don't even see that. You just see them going backwards. They barely use lateral movement, and then like in some instances, the best way to take a person punch is to move forward, to take it away from them.
Smother it, yeah.
Yeah, smother they shit. Move forward. Don't fucking run from it. Move forward. You giving him what he wants. You know what I'm saying? So, and I don't see that a lot either. You get what I'm saying? Getting too off, tie his ass up. and frustrate the fuck out of him. You don't see that. I see a lot of hugging, but I don't see a lot of punching on the way in to get that clinch. You feel me? Like it's a lot of things that's not there in the game. They'll say that the game is evolving, but this is why boxing fanatics like me will say it's not that it's not evolving. It's not evolving. It's declining because you taking certain elements out that would make him a great fighter. And in this day and age, this is why you will see. And this is not a slight to Brian Norman at all, okay? But this is why a Brian Norman will shine in this day and age because he will do those things. He will come forward. He will shoot the jab and clinch. He will do what he got. You get what I'm saying? He do got feet. He will move. And them things ain't special. They just look special because ain't nobody doing this shit. You see what I'm saying?
Yep. But
Those are
look,
basics.
I just pulled up to the paint job. Slick, man. Good talking to you this morning. I'm
That's
gonna
what
keep
it do,
tuning
fam.
in, bro. I'm gonna be listening to you while I'm working, man.
Right on.
All right.
Appreciate it.
Yep.
But that was a great point he pointed out, y'all. Real talk. Salute Casino on that, bro. Real talk, man. Yeah, that's some real shit. And Zai Pacino, salute to you too. Salute to you too, Zai. That's a big deal, man. They gotta learn head movement and quit finessing the game, bro. And this is why they're getting that. Like I said, you don't have to call the names or anything like that. It's just that goddamn me, you gotta learn when to step and not to step. You don't gotta be reckless about it. We will recognize when we know. Like for instance, when Shakur Stevenson fought, help me out, y'all. Abdullah just stepped on him. He just stepped on him. Y'all know what I'm talking about. When Shakur fought him, he caught one. And Shakur, I don't think ever been touched like that. And it fucked with him. Right? Because dude was stepping with, damn, what's my dude name, man? Abdullah just got it, made him quit. Had a no minds moment. My dude said, no, I ain't good. I'm not good. Damn. Somebody tell me his name, please. But at the end of the day, he resorted to boxing and we understood. But even when he resorted to boxing, he was engaging. He was engaging. It wasn't a lot of hop, step back, run around. He would take another step back to give him whoop, 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 1, 2, move. You know what I'm saying? You know, people, I understood that. A lot of people wanted to see him just step to that man like that. Like they didn't see how big that dude was and all that shit. I totally understood that. But then it turns into more of, I'm just gonna keep hopping back. Nakatilia, thank you, nerd. Yeah, Nakatilia. Now we are seeing a lot of people just want to do a hop back, and that's the amateur shit. You know what I'm saying? And no lateral movement and things like that. I always said if Loma got a hold of any of them cats like that or whatever, that's something I gave Devin props for because, you know, Devin was quick to take that step back and attempt to fight off the back foot. But the thing was, they knew they couldn't do that to Loma because Loma's feet was so fast. It was so fast. And they had the right game plan. It's just, I feel like Devin didn't understand how to fight like that in that short amount of time. And I'm gonna explain what I mean. I explained to y'all sometimes to take a person punch away from him is to move forward. What did Devin do? Move forward. Stay inside. Made that shit an inside fight. If you gave Loma some room, he would sidestep the shit out. Loma would fight from the feet up. So they found a way to try to keep him still. So Devin stayed close as possible to him. You get what I'm saying? He smothered his shit. Now, he wasn't used to that style of fucking fight whatsoever. But in the day, it was the right game plan to use on a Loma. You can't move backwards on a Loma. I always said if Shakur got in there with Loma back in the day, when Loma was fresh, y'all know how Shakur take that big ass hop back like that? The minute Shakur was mid in the air, Loma would have been right there in his face. Would have hit him with a jab, sidestep, and caught him with a hook. That was his MO. Dude was too slick with his feet, bro. So, like, that hop back is something that you got to get rid of. Like, you got to get my boy Nine, Sousa Nine, man. You got to get a pro coach going to teach you pro ways. Like, that ain't it. But we seeing them start to use their ability, use their feet, run around the ring, this and the third. against opponents that we know that they, or we feel like, which is a fact, but we feel like they should be at least step to and eat off of. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that's why Turkey made that comment about Tom and Jerry. No more, we not finna have that running stuff at Riyadh. And I don't think he gonna implement no rule. I think he just saying it to let people know, if I put you on a Riyadh card and you do a run fest, you'll never be on another Riyadh card ever again. Like he said, they can't afford to be paying money for that. And the people paying their money, they didn't pay money to see that. They paid to see a boxing match. And to some would constitute that as not boxing. You know what I mean? And like I said, I'll be having these conversations at GMT underscore boxing on Instagram if y'all want to holler at your boy. But man, I'm gonna have to make a thread where everybody can get in it, or a Discord or something. But no, don't compare today's style of boxers to a Sweet Pea, Ali, Mayweather, Sugar Ray. These guys, when they did have to get on their toes, we understood. But the ones that would just stay style, they engaged, bro. They just fought with their feet up. And if you couldn't catch me, you could catch me. But it was never no, I'm not finna punch you first. I'm not finna do none of that. These guys had head movement. They was a total package, which made them still exciting, right? They were still exciting. Even the ones that didn't have punching power were still exciting. Again, Sweet Pea, one of my favorite fighters ever, about 17 KOs, bruh. But dude, the head movement, the feet, everything. He was willing to engage with you. All that shit. As he got older, he slowed down. Still couldn't catch him when the head movement was given the business. So, because we can't expect every boxer to be exactly the same, but we all can agree that we don't want to see these boxers just running around and finessing the game. I don't think the case is that they can't fight. Chappelle, what's happening, baby? I see you. Did I say what's up, man? We can't have these boxers finesse the game, because I'm not gonna say that they can't fight. I'm not gonna say they can't. It's just that I believe that they like, shit, why I gotta go through all of this when I know this dude can't catch me, can't touch me. I don't have to engage with him, and I can just move around. That's what I believe it is. That's what I believe it is. So, I don't know. Y'all let me know what y'all think, man. The link is up there if y'all want to call in. Of course, I kind of like going on in the morning. I ain't gonna stunt. I'm more energetic, man. It's cool, man. Come off a run and get right to it. You feel me? It's the Floyd Mayweather effect. But see, that's why I brung up the Floyd. Floyd brung the O. And that could be it. But that will be that fighter's fault. Because Floyd, the one thing I can't argue about Floyd, no matter when he fought them, whatever, he fought them champions. Some, like Baltimore, that he definitely ran. But he engaged when he could, but that was a hard-hitting cat, right? He was total body snatcher. He used his feet a lot, things like that. But these kids are just exploiting it. It's one thing to take something from someone, but when you start being repetitive with it, that's exploiting it. And it's starting to become too noticeable to the fans. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? The fighters got to they got to take their ownership of it, right? You don't just take things like and think, oh, this is then the third. Like, dog, Floyd whole curriculum was like James Toney, Sweet Pea, and Sugar Ray Leonard. That's what I saw in Floyd, right? That's what I saw in Floyd, but he embodied it all, right? He embodied it all and made it his, right? To the point where we start calling that shoulder roll, you know, that was Floyd's, when it really ain't Floyd's. But he was so good at it. You know what I mean? So, like, at the end of the day, you know, like the pull counters and all of them things, that's Ali's. Like, but he took all of those elements and made it into a style that couldn't be effed with. You feel what I'm saying? So, like, these kids, you know, they see the feet and this and the third. They said it's boxing, it's hit and don't get hit. But but the thing is, listen to the sentence. It's hit and don't get hit. It's, what's up, Polo J? What's happening, man? What's good with you, bro? So it's hit and don't get hit, right? It's make them miss and make them pay. Now, y'all listening? hit and don't get hit. Make them miss, make them pay. Those sentences both contain the right words that constitute engagement. It's not boxers make them miss, don't get hit. And that's what it's starting to look like, right? And I know people gonna try to say, "Oh, you talking shit to Terrence Crawford." I'm not talking shit to Terrence Crawford. I know he a big advocate for this shit. But when he in the fucking ring, he hit and don't get hit, and he make them miss, and he make them pay. So he's speaking on a style that he don't even embody. He'll step to your ass. These other cats want to run around. You can't just be running around like that. You got it like they hit, don't get hit, or make them miss, or make them pay. Something, you got to find that balance within those two sentences somewhere. You can't just, pot shot and run. Pot shot and run. No, hell no. That's not making nobody miss because you running. That's not making them miss. That's pot shotting. That's why it's called that. But again, these kids today don't got no real head movement, and I'm going to stand on it. They don't have no real head movement. They come in head on the line. All of that. Like you say, their neck's not built up, so they ain't got no chin. All of that. No real defense. None of that. So, you know what I mean? It is what it is. So, at the end of the day, I can't help but agree with people's opinions, how they view that, because, I can't go against it. I don't think I can go against it when those people make those opinions, start comparing this era of boxers, today's era of boxers to Ali and all of them back then. It's not the same. It's not the same. Fucking Pacquiao bounced all around the motherfucking ring. Go look at early Pacquiao. Boing, boing, boing. That motherfucker was worse than Mario. Bouncing every goddamn where. Unnecessary places. But he was looking to do what? Engage. It's not the same. Taking the hop back 5 feet is not the same. And then run around the ropes and then jab or 1-2, hop back, run around 5 feet. It's not this. It's just not. It's just not. It's not fluid. And it makes you constantly look like a beginner. And I'll say that. You know what I'm saying? Again. But that doesn't mean they don't know how to step. Right? Does not mean that. Again, like I said, I felt like Loma won that fight, but that was the right game plan. That was the right game plan. It got them to win. That Devin them chose. Because Devin would have been back foot Dev and all of that, Loma would have towed him out the frame. Loma would have, I always said that how you beat Loma, you going to have to step to Loma. And that's how Teofimo beat him. Put that pressure the fuck on him, them later rounds, and get his ass. Devin stay on him like white on rice, because it would have been worse, bro. We heard Devin in that corner when he said, "Dad, it's like he know what I'm finna do before I do it." Because that's how intelligent his ring IQ is. But you had to limit that intelligence by being owning. Sometimes your best weapon is to go forward. Don't move from his punches. Forward, go forward. You know? And like I said, I think these boxers know how to do it. But like Zai said, they're exploiting it. You feel me? They're exploiting it. You know what I'm saying? That's my take on that. Zai Pacino says social media has mentally broken these fighters. Everyone is afraid to lose. They're afraid to lose, right? I'm trying to figure out answer that. It's like they're afraid to lose because they think the O is the money. And I feel like they don't realize that the performance is the money. And it's been proven. It's like nobody watches it. If that was the case, we would never see Pitbull. We would never see Pitbull Cruz again. But that performance that he gave was like, damn, right? Rolly, the performance that he gave was like, damn. Even if he lose, it still was like, damn. Bro, you like what, 3-time champ now or something like that? Right? That's where the money at. You could lose, but as long as you go in there and you give that fight, bro, not no bum fight. I'm talking about you in there doing your thing. And you lose, you'll be back. You'll be back, bro. So at the end of the day, I mean, you know, yeah, they got to let go of that old. They got to understand that feelings and facts are not the same thing. The ring has no real room for feelings. Now, emotions is a totally different thing, right? If you can check your emotions, you know, one thing you want to be, if you like being angry when you fight, channel that energy. If you want to be clear-minded, challenge your fucking energy. You know what I'm saying? Challenge your energy in that manner. But no matter what, you got to check it. What's going on, man? What's going on?
What's up? What's up? What's up? I wanted
Nothing.
to talk about what you was just talking about, the scared to lose. I think it's more so of, I've even explained this several times. I think it's more so of reputation over image. They want to
Okay.
protect their image rather than their reputation as a fighter.
Elaborate on that.
Well, the O is the image. The image, the glitz, the glam, and all the shit that comes with it, the bottles and the bitches and the money. You know what I'm saying? That makes
Uh-huh.
you undeniable to some people, but your reputation is what puts you on the map. It's what makes you who you are in the sport. And that's
Mm-hmm.
something that's really lacking. And I think a lot of these fighters do know that. I
Mm-hmm.
promise I think they do, because I remember when Keyshawn was first starting out, it was all about the reputation. You get what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? You remember?
Yeah.
And substance and everything else, but for some reason it's the social media. I don't know if it is completely social media or if it's the people who be in these guys' corner and in their ear tell them that the image is everything.
Okay. Breaking up, oh.
I'm in a bad service area,
Okay.
but yeah, that has always been an issue. It's not just social media alone. It's a myriad of other issues at play when it comes to this.
Yeah.
And the only way to fix this is to tear it down and start over from scratch, because the European boxers are making us look stupid. Like they're making us look stupid in basketball.
You're right.
They're making us look bad. Like
You're right.
it's even trickling down into Mexico now.
Mm-hmm.
It's even doing that now. Like we're in trouble in this sport, not from a talent perspective, from putting like butts in seats or anything like that. That's not an issue right now. The problem is perspective. They have the wrong perspective on these things. They don't
Mm-hmm.
know what the main thing is and how to keep it the main thing.
Got you.
And that's just my
Got you.
opinion.
Now, I respect that. I respect that 100%. You know, like I say, you putting your facade. Instead of understanding that it can be one, you're separating, right? You're wanting to be the man without performing. When you're not
Yes,
understanding when you're performing, that all comes in one. If you that guy, you that guy. And that's what
exactly.
you need to be concentrating on. You get in there, step on a cat, all that's gonna come with it, regardless of the fact. You know what I'm saying? You'll be undeniable. Just think if you had a Mike Tyson and all the shit Mike Tyson was talking, but he wasn't performing like that in the ring.
Oh no, he wouldn't be who he was.
Exactly. But he was able to talk that shit like that because of how he performed in the ring. Not
Mhm.
because he was just talking shit. You get what I'm saying? That didn't intimidate no motherfucking body. It was that he could back that shit up. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
In the worst way possible. You know what I'm saying? So,
He was a
you know,
killer.
that's my thing. The old shouldn't matter, bro. The old is starting not to matter to some of these kids coming up now, and I'm liking it. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
You know, especially if they get they lost earlier, things like that. That was never a problem. You know what I'm saying? With Campbell and all them back in the day, they lost and they end up being champions later on. You could look it up. Look up pro boxers that are like legends that lost within their first 4 fights. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So like, you know, but these guys that's coming in, they're already putting themselves so far ahead of themselves that they can't reach that. Like you're putting yourself at an unachievable goal. So you're trying to separate it and create this facade as if you're
Yeah.
there and you're not there yet.
Chasing perfection leads to destruction.
Right.
You
And
shouldn't
in
be
this
chasing
case,
perfection.
and in this case with Keyshawn, it's the old what is in the old scripture, pride cometh before the fall. You know, you let your pride get to you, and you should have did the right thing, but you didn't. And now you done fell over that cliff. You know, and a lot of kids are falling into that. And I feel like a lot of fans are following that as well, instead of appreciating those that are making the necessary moves so that does not happen to them. You know. And it goes back to what Zai Pacino said. They don't appreciate the development of fighters. As long as y'all know not to have this channel, y'all know I always said, look at your undercards, man. Look at your undercards. Don't skip the undercard because that's where your stars come from. And you won't be so lost when you see this guy fighting your favorite boxer. Then you will understand why he's there, you know, and things of that manner. But having said that, I'm gonna leave it right there, y'all, man. Thank you for everybody who came on the panel. Casino Polo, thank y'all, man. You froze right now, Polo, but thank you for coming on, bro. Everybody in the chat from Zai Pacino to Chappelle, everybody, Nerd. Suits to the new subscriber we got. I don't even know what the count is, man. And also, yeah, we at 1677, man. Our goal is 2,000, man. So please hit that subscribe button. Make sure y'all hit that like button. All my people over there on X, y'all know what to do. You know what I'm saying? Hit that follow button. Hit the bell, notifications, all that good stuff, man. And let me know if y'all like me going on in the morning. You know what I'm saying? I kind of like this, and I did it before, but I'm trying to make it where this is an issue, and I want to start getting this in. All right. So let me know. Let me know in the comments. Other than that, you said my bad. I lost signal and was. Oh, that's fine. That's fine. It's all good, man. I appreciate y'all though. Real spit. Great boxing talk. I'll be back. See you on the next one. Zai Pacino said more shows works for me. I'm with it, Zai. You gotta get on the show one day, bro. You gotta get on the show one day, bro. All right. You ain't gotta show your face you want to, man. I would love to hear your perspective, bro. All right. Y'all be easy. Deuces.